welcome to Peichin Stable, going crack on. So today we have a talk about unfiltered wine, and the reason for it is that, as you can see, the summer is approaching us. Definitely has been really sunny out here, and what better than actually start discussing what's about the wines that you have around. And somehow we opened the other day this bottle from Donati Camillo, which is Trebbiano fermented in Italy, and it happens that this one is unfiltered. So in a way, what I wanted is just understand better what that means, and actually something might be wondering, is it worth and what's all about. So this is what I was gonna discuss with you today. In terms of what's a sparkling, let me show you what we are talking about. So if you talk about a sparkling wine, or whenever you want to do wine anyway, so if you have grapes, and these grapes are white grapes, what you're going to do is press it. So when you press the grapes, what you get out of it is two things. From one side you get the skins, and in the case of white wine you might discard most of cases. I say most of cases because it's not all the time. And what you get as well is the juice, the grape juice. Now, the question is that juice clear or not? And the question is because if you get some grape juice that is available in the market, you might see it clear. It's like, I don't know why they talk about filter. So what I have done is I have got some unfermented grape juice from Nero in Austria, and this one is how it is straight away. And I will show you how it looks like. So actually, as you can see here, a grape juice, wine grape juice, not a table grape, a wine grape juice, it is not clear. So you can see it's not exactly clear, and it has a bit of haziness around. And that's what you have on the juice here. Right, so then how do you make the wine out of it? So you don't clear that, you make the wine, you leave it as it is. And now what you add is you add some yeast that ferments, and eventually you obtain your wine. Now the yeast, and I think that's an element that you guys might know. The yeast is the same as you can use for making bread, for making beer. Is that cloudy? Well, adds a bit of cloudiness. In reality, just a bit of cloudiness. And those of you that have had some cider or some beer bottle, conditioning bottle, you will see at the bottom that there's some sediment. That's the yeast. So if we go back to what we had before, we are talking about the juice that is unfermented, that is a bit cloudy, the yeast just like cloudy. So the wine at the end is actually very similar to this. The difference is that the sugars you had here have become alcohol. And at the same time you have other flavors happening. So with that in mind, I think we know now what's happening. We know where that cloudiness comes from, and all wine becomes cloudy like that. So any wine that you get from white wine from a tank in a winery will be like this. Now, why do people filter them? So then it comes to the first question, isn't it? Why do you want to filter? So if you think about selling wine in a commercial scale, and this goes back years and years, if you're going to buy a product and it's cloudy like this, you might think twice of buying, whereas if it's clear and transparent, you think, oh, that's really refined and finished. And that's what makes a bit of the dynamics of, in this case, the wine and how people operate with the wines. But with that in mind, I think it's worth considering what are the advantages, or if you want, disadvantages of the wines itself. So if you have two options, you have filtered and unfiltered, plus and minus. What are the plus of filter? Actually, plus of filter, if you think about it, well, first of all, it's clear, which is what most people are familiar. So if you have a party, if you bring it to someone's house, if you bring a filter, one say, oh yeah, of course, that's a clear white wine. I had that before. If it's unfiltered, some people might ask, I'm not sure if that's wine or what they're bringing here. So that's one advantage. Second, if you talk about fizz, and this is quite specific for fizz, you're going to be able to see better the bubbles. So let alone in terms of in a long glass, you're going to see better the bubbles. And another one you have is about using that wine as a fizz or spirit to make cocktails. So those of you that like to do Bellini's, which is a sparkling wine with a bit of peach puree, or some kind of Kiroya, which is a sparkling wine with a dose of cassis. If it is clear, you're going to see that nice color, very transparent, clear through with the color. If it's unfiltered, it's going to be colored in. It's going to be kind of like not so clear. So those are the plus. In terms of minus is the following. In terms of removing that cloudiness, filter sometimes is not enough, so people might use some binding agents, and those binding agents in some cases come from animal origin, either from albumin from egg or from other parts of animal. Therefore, possibly means that that's non-vegan. So, if someone is looking for a vegan wine, if it's filtered, possibly it's going to be non-vegan. Definitely you need to verify from where you get it, but it's a possibility. In terms of unfiltered, what are the plus? Well, the plus is precisely that, so you know it's completely vegan. And the minus you have is that you might have some yeast here. Yeast there, so you might have some yeast like that, so you have allergy to yeast, that's not good. And obviously, so going back to these, it's a disadvantage. So it doesn't work so well in a cocktail setting. Now, in those two, if you think about what I have shown you, in those two there are one element that does not appear, and that's taste. So in all things in life, we think, oh, if we filter these, it's going to be more refined, etc. Is that the case of a sparkling wine or even still wine? And this question has not been answered completely all the time, so I wanted just to share with you, is that the case or not? And I have two things to consider. First of all, as you know, with all the stream of natural wine, which is very much about unfiltered, has come to fruition, one might think actually maybe unfiltered has more taste. And the way to go around, I would say that think about what are the most respected wines in the world. So if you have some of the best sparkling wines, we get a beautiful English sparkling wine, some Grand Cru champagne, some of the coconuts, great wines, great sparkling wines. All of them are filtered, right? So, and why is that? Well, look, maybe it's because of that, right? Because people want to have filter. But actually, if we said that for unfiltered taste is an advantage, surely a lot of those great sparkling wines would be unfiltered because they would not compromise on the taste, and it's just you get used to it. You know, if you go to a place and if someone says to you, look, I have this sparkling, it's the best you can taste. And it's unfiltered. You're like, okay, I've never had unfiltered before. No, but that's the way to get the taste. You go for it. But in reality, does it matter? Well, not really. I mean, this one, for instance, the Monati Camillo, it's a natural wine. It's a beautiful sparkling. But as you can see, it's not your standard sparkling, so you feel like there's something that, and the taste of it, in a way, it tastes like a natural one, but it doesn't come because it's natural. And one thing to remember about sparkling wine is that when you have it, it's the occasion you have. So if it's, you're going to have a barbecue, you're going to get something without it, and you're going to be relaxing. Actually, filter and unfiltered is not so important. we have guessed over, probably you want it more filtered. So I think that's, to recap, that's what I wanted to share with you. This is the first video we have done on Peichin's table. Going live, I guess, or you can see we had a bit of twitch. We're gonna go have another video tomorrow going live. Hopefully we're gonna be able to do more similarly. So thanks for your patience and see you tomorrow.